of 2025. I am available on both IG and on YouTube. And if you've been watching along, you'll know that I read a chapter every once in a while from the Parents Tao Te Ching, but I also read the original Tao Te Ching. Today we are going to read chapter 18 or poem 18. I will read the original first, and pardon me, I am not feeling 100%. So if I need some tea in the meantime, you'll know why. All right, chapter 18 or poem 18. When the great Tao is abandoned, charity and righteousness appear. When intellectualism emerges, hypocrisy follows close behind. When there are conflicts in the family unit, people talk about brotherly love. When the country is plunged into chaos, politicians talk about patriotism. That was a short one. Lots can be said, I'm sure. But let's see if we could tie it into parenting, okay, and family dynamics. So I'm going to read, as you know, if you've been following along, I read William Martin's interpretation of the Tao Te Ching. He has a interpretation based on family. The context is family, and then he has a little inspirational blurb about it. And then, of course, I share my insights. So let's get into his poem based on what we just read from the original. Poem 18, Natural Virtues. All young children naturally love God. As they grow, they are trained by others and turn instead to piety and religion. And religion. For those of you who are like, religion, God, same thing. Not always. All young children are naturally at ease with their bodies. As they grow, they are shamed by others and become self-conscious and filled with tension. All young children naturally relate to other people well. As they grow, they see conflict and become fearful and guarded. All virtues arise naturally until fear and training interfere. Then virtues disappear and rules take their place. Oh my gosh, there's so much to say about this, but let's see what William says. Look for the natural virtues of your children. You may have to pay careful attention. We are trained not to notice them or to distrust them, but they are the real thing. They don't have to be taught, only nurtured. What natural virtues can you notice in your child today? Okay, there's so many good things around this. First thing is, I do talk to a lot of clients about body image, especially parents who have kids. Oh my gosh, I just realized all the mess behind there. Don't bother with it. It's Christmas time. And it can be a very touchy subject. So body image, how do you address it? How do you bring some awareness without any shame? It can be very tricky. And this is what I'll say about it just really quickly. Don't forget they're just kids. Okay, so depending on the age of your child, well, not even depending on the age of the child, just generally speaking, you want to have the conversations about healthy eating. Of course, eating protein and your fruits and veggies, having balance. So a lot of what we talk about and my clients is having balance and not so much portion control and not so much restricting, but having balance and enjoying. Okay, so that's one of the things, just quickly on that. This whole concept of all young children naturally relate to other people well. As they grow, they see conflict and become fearful and guarded. This is the essence of vulnerability. So when we are kids, we are open, we are in wonder, in awe, and we have no inhibitions. We're really just being ourselves. And then as we get older, or we say, oh, we talk too much, or we say that, oh, we got too much attitude, or we say that people say that, oh, you're not kind, or whatever it might be. We tend to shut down in our conversation. So I invite you to, as is William, to See the natural wonder in your children and having them be open and honest. And one of the ways to cultivate that, especially with yourself as a parent, is to let your child know, you can tell me anything. Do you know? And ask them, do you know that you can tell me anything? You could share anything with me. And it'll be interesting to see their response, because depending on their response, that'll give you a good indication of whether or not they actually think they can share anything with you. And this is tricky because parents, obviously, we want to guide our children. We want to make sure that they are, doing the best that they can and making good choices. And with that, naturally comes some judgment. And depending on how we have cultivated communication with our children, that judgment can come through a little bit too strong. So we want to just, if the one thing you take away from today is just ask your child, do they know that they can share anything with you? Ask them that question. And a step further, that is, you can confirm with them and say, you can tell me anything. I may not always love it, like it, but I love you no matter what. I'll always love you no matter what. And here's a great line to say: there is nothing you can say or do that would have me love you less. We may need to work on some stuff. We may need to sort through some things so that, we can best support you. There is nothing, I want you to be really clear, there's nothing you can say or do that would have me love you less. That's the only thing you say to your kid. Take away from this, that is a huge step forward, okay? So we want to cultivate that communication with our kids. This last paragraph here: all virtues arise naturally until fear and training interfere. Then virtues disappear and rules take their place. Okay, so looking for the natural virtues of our children. And what I'd love to hear is that we are trained not to notice them or to try or to distrust them. One of the things I do with my clients, almost every single session we have, the first thing we do is talk about wins. What did you notice that worked really well? What did you notice that was really great from your child? Did you notice them listening more this week? Did you notice they were kinder to their sibling? Training our brain to focus in on the good is a practice. It's not just something most of us don't naturally do. And that's because from an evolutionary standpoint, our brain is wired to look for what doesn't work, what is wrong, so that we can fix it. And again, from evolutionary standpoint, looking to survive. And this is why the midbrain is fixated on seeing what we need to fix. Okay. So it is, as a parent, having that hypervigilance actually does a disservice for yourself and your child. What you want to do is look for the good. Now, if you have a really difficult child, a really defiant child, it can be hard to find those little golden nuggets and those wins. But this is the work that I do with parents, is looking for those wins and having parents articulate them. So now parents come to me after working with them. They come to me and they find the little golden nuggets, that the wonderful wins that their child displayed, or something that they said that really was loving or kind, whatever it may be. And that's what you want to train your brain to do. You want to train your brain to look for the good. So, second takeaway for this chat is decide that you are going to look for the best in your child. You may not always see it. The not so great things might be really clear and evident. I want you to really dig if you need to, and if you don't need to dig and it comes naturally, wonderful. Share it with your child, and just say something like, you know what, I noticed how you really included your sibling when you were playing that game. Or I noticed that when you got a snack, you asked everyone else if they wanted one. That is so kind and considerate. Notice the good in your child. It is there. We just need to retrain our minds to see it. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.